to make sure everybody hears me today. First, I want to thank Colonel Martin, uh, Colonel Mallets, Chief Krager, Group Commanders, Squadron Commanders, Chief Master Sergeants, Superintendents, First Sergeants, and the men and women of the 376 Air Expeditionary Wing, and then, most importantly, my crew, the men and women of the Force Support Squadron. That's my military family. But I want to say a special thank you and hello, and your dad is so proud of you guys. I just want you to know that today's a big day, and because of technology, we can share it from half the world around. So thank you guys for tuning in and hearing your dad pontificate as usual. So on to pontificating. I didn't want this to be a big overdone thing, because to me, promotions are not about the officer who is getting promoted. Promotions are about the people who help them get there. So this is a celebration for me. This is a celebration of a culmination of 14 plus years of active duty service, ups and downs, people picking me up, dusting me off, people showing trust in me when I didn't even believe that I could do some of the things that I did. The main issue or text I want to talk about today is mentorship. Because in the Air Force, we talk about mentorship a lot. And everybody has this notion that mentorship is just from above, and you have to find somebody and have this sort of relationship in which you're talking back and forth. But I'll tell you, in my military career, I've been mentored from below by my peers and above. I'm going to mention some names of some people that were dear to me through my career, and I'm going to start with, at the time, a young man, when I was a first lieutenant at Lakenheath, and I was the combat support flight commander. We had a young man that worked in the dining facility, and his name was Senior Airman Bobby Drake, and I would never forget Bobby Drake. This guy had a personality that was just so welcoming. He had this big Cheshire cat smile, and no matter what happened, he smiled through it all. He had the ability to take a catastrophe and take care of business and do it with a smile. And I remember I would look at Bobby Drayton, and he would be on the grill, and everybody in the force support arena knows that's like the grill. I'm on the grill. Because people, I want my eggs this way, this, that, and that, and you're cooking and you're flipping eggs, and people kind of like, you're just the egg flipper, and they say stuff wild. But Bobby could be on the grill, and you thought it was the Ed Sullivan variety show or something. People would be gathered around just to hang out with Bobby, because he had this attitude. And as a first lieutenant, I said, wow, that young man has something. And I never told him this, but he was my mentor, because he showed me that your attitude, the way you approach things, counts. So he was a mentor of mine. That same assignment, I had a commander. Her name was Colonel Kim Tony. She's still alive. Her name's Kim Tony. She's the A1 down at AATC, but she was my squadron commander. And Colonel Tony, man, she didn't take a quarter and she didn't give one. Okay, she was tough. But she taught me how to be an officer. So she mentored me, and she always would say, Mr. Reid, and she had this uncanny ability to know where I was when I was trying to sneak by her. Like, I'd come try to check distro because I was in another office, and her office was down the hall, and there's no way in the world she could know I was in the building. And I would go in the distro, and as soon as I come out, she'd pop her head out of the office, she'd say, Mr. Reid, come see me. I said, how does she know I'm here? But she would take time to mentor me and talk about officership going forward. That same assignment, I guess you could say Lakenheath was pivotal for me as a young officer. There was Chief Pat Kerner. And I kind of get choked up because Chief Kern passed about a month ago. And Chief Kern, you know, everybody knows me. I'm kind of feisty, and I go into meetings. I'd be in there battling, and Chief Kern would literally, you know, snatch me by the nape of my neck and pull me out of the meeting. And then we get back to the office, and he dusts me off. He says, "Got it, boss." He took care of me. And he was the most pivotal mentor I had in my Air Force career, because he showed me the worth of our senior enlisted leaders. He would do anything for me, and I would do anything for him. And it's amazing that we go through this journey and we take some of those relationships for granted. And I stand before you guys today and I say to you that promotions are great, but it's about the people, man. It's about each and every one of you guys. We stand for freedom. We stand for what's all good about our country. Because, you know, I had Colonel Ostroff and Captain Mobley pin me on and JJ pin on my hat. That was a show of diversity. Not just in race and sex and all those things. We all come from different places. We all come from different stories. We all have different histories. But when we put this uniform on, we're one. And we're the best in the world at what we do. And you all are my family. I have the most beautiful mosaic of a family that you could ever have. From Sergeant Greensage, who makes me laugh on a daily basis, to Chief Bolden, who jumps on me, to Sergeant Brown, who just knocks my socks off with her professionalism, to Sergeant Nugent, to all my peers, Osterman, O'Bannon. I mean, I can't name everybody, but this is what it's about. This is what America's about. And I will tell you this. I put on, officially on November 1st, the rank of not first lieutenant, lieutenant colonel. I'm trying to promote myself. But you all are the motivation for me to try to do my best, be my best, and hold the standard high. So I thank you all for coming out this morning. Jeremy and Ryan, you know you guys are my number one motivation in life. I stand before this group and in this uniform so you going on forward in your lives can be whoever you want to be. Reach for the stars, because we live in a country where it's possible based on the service of these men and women out here that defend freedom and defend our country, which is the best country in the world. So with those words, I'm going to get out of the way. Cake is in the back. I think some sodas, maybe some Gatorade, that type of stuff, provided by the 3764 Support Squad. And we're going to have a good time, and we're going to celebrate with each other. Because this is about you all. It's not about me. So thank you. Have a good morning.